Anyway. Not good. I miss you, damn it. Come on out here with me. Come on over here. Hush. Come on over here. Be quiet. Just come on over here. Hush.
Why you have your glasses on?
Because I'm taking pictures.
Oh. I'm happy that.
What happened?
The New England Journal came out and said Trump is a knucklehead. Yeah. You got to get rid of him. This is a disaster.
Took them all fucking 4 fucking years, dicks.
And Scientific American came out with.
Oh, who gives a shit about it?
Well, at least somebody dead. That is just a travesty that everybody has just sat around. Dotty. I'm watering my face.
Your damn house, the biggest thing in the world.
Well, what I have found is you gotta watch. Cut that portion. We're on the road.
We're on the road, baby. What? I can see it. What? How come you cannot read? How come you cannot read? How you doing, everyone? What? What'd I say? What happened? Look at this bum, idiot. Okay, honey, buddy, what?
Are you tired?
I'm tired, Court.
Long day today, Daddy.
Long day, Court.
Long day.
Court. Court.
Take it easy now.
Court.
Take it easy.
Court. Do it, Court. What?
You don't need to be quitting this job.
Why?
Because it's going to be dark and bad weather soon, and I'm very concerned.
Yeah, be concerned. Be very
You were
concerned.
concerned too.
I'm very concerned. It's me.
Sometimes, Daddy, I don't know. You be taking too many risks out here. And I don't like it.
There are 2 types of people, Court. Did I ever tell you that? Racist and non-racists, or anti-racists.
What made you think of that?
Be very, very afraid.
I ain't scared.
Oh, shoot. Go ahead, baby.
was incredibly clear when he said that Attorney General Bill Barr, along with Bureau of Prisons, Department of
I gotta exercise, Daddy.
Yeah.
My back was hurting.
And back can hurt, Court.
I had to stop working.
And back can hurt, baby.
That's the first. The second,
Oh, because you're back?
Yeah.
Exercise, Court.
in the event that
That's
Trump
what I'm
loses, this
saying.
is going to be the greatest crime. He's already setting the stage, which is what Donald does. He sets the stage for what he's expecting to do, and that's to bring out Bill Barr in order to bring an action against anybody that he deems fit. I mean, it's really not something that you would hear from a president. It's more something that you would hear from a dictator or an
So you're saying, Michael, now this is, I think, important. You're saying, based on your knowledge of how he works, this is not just more chatter. We just were talking to his niece about distraction, which he also does. You're saying this is part of a plan. If he doesn't get what he wants out of the election results, he wants to push Barr to what?
to start indicting people, specifically, I guess, people working in the ballots. You will recall, Ari, that I said
What?
this over 18 months ago when I testified
What?
before the House
They're
Oversight.
talking about Trump's saying he's gonna indict people or something?
For what?
Trump. And I was right, and everybody's using the same
If he doesn't
exact
win,
language. 19 months ago, I said it.
people
Because I
who are
understand Trump.
involved in
Trump
the election
has tasted
process.
what he deems to be the
You
ultimate
should.
power. Not the ultimate
It ain't
power
right.
for the American people, but the
It ain't right, and I don't like it.
I don't like to do this, Court.
I know
your language, buddy.
on your side who's willing to do
You think you're a
whatever you
Cuomo?
say, i.e. putting me in prison because I refuse to waive my First Amendment constitutional right not publish the book. But more than that, he's reckless with power, and that's really the big problem.
Yeah, and that's a part of all of this as we head towards this second debate and other news we're seeing today out of Michigan and the serious violence and alleged plots to kidnap people. So we're going to get to all of that. On the COVID,
Didn't he already say also, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but didn't he say that he's not going to do the second debate? Because he doesn't believe in virtual debates.
I love you, honey bunny bunny.
Thanks, Mom. He's going to host a rally.
Well, I got this video working. I can turn on my camera and shoot directly to YouTube with my video camera. On my private camera.
I'm going to tell you, I don't want to be a part of that.
Okay,
Please don't
tell
include
me
me.
that again, Ma. Tell me that again, Ma.
I don't want to be a part of it, Dad.
I got that on video. Thanks, Ma.
Is it on now?
No, yep.
But no, I believe that he does not
I'll
want
turn it
to
on.
debate. He did a terrible job the last time.
Ooh.
Put himself through that when he's already
It's
done
hot,
the
Ma.
whole.
What's he talking about?
Nothing.
What are you talking about, Daddy?
You mentioned Trump's penchant for secrecy, limiting his medical care. That meant that
Bad.
two qualified doctors were literally barred from treating him because they balked at these secrecy NDA
Bad.
contracts. From
What?
taxes to how Trump
What are
has
you
deployed
talking
a
about
person.
over here?
What is this?
Michael Cohen, who was then his personal lawyer arranging NDAs.
What?
You ain't digging out that old picture.
Trump was so secretive he had his own name on the very contract designed to protect him. Recall he used his pseudonym David Dennison and still refused to sign. And
David
the
Dennison.
fact matters that even when those
I was
motions
thinking
failed,
you were too, man. Remember?
I didn't realize he had a pseudo name.
Trump telling a lie that the evidence later rebutted. He claimed he didn't know what was going on and everyone should just ask Michael. Take a look.
Uh-oh.
Michael now.
Mentioned that he did know what was going on.
That was Michael then, Michael now.
For voters to assess.
He did a 180.
Taxes, secrecy on healthcare, secrecy on his personal dealings.
What's your problem with them?
He's still living in a house instead of prison.
Book disloyal. The fact that he tasked me in order to keep his grades, starting from New York Military Academy for boarding to University of Pennsylvania, and to provide them with threats of significant economic room in the event that they fail to keep his document, forget about anybody else, his specific educational document secret. And that they do that for everybody anyway, but he wanted to make doubly sure, which is exactly the same thing that's going on
Uh-oh, what
by
happened?
Walter Reed. Doctors do not
What happened?
release
Something in
information.
there.
Uh-oh, in the meatball?
And they just got
Uh-oh, Mom!
information. He just wanted to make sure that everybody would know that if you speak
Mom!
about my medical condition, and the only reason he's afraid
Daddy.
is he's in horrific shape. He has high blood pressure, high cholesterol. There's probably a
How
whole
you
slew of
over here?
issues with him.
Brother.
That would contradict what he had
Oh, Mom!
earlier and say
Spit it out.
Trying to locate it.
that we've ever had.
Look at it on your plate. Oh.
But I know for a fact that they will up.
Yeah. So that goes to the basic
I don't think it
inference
wants
here,
to
which is
get in my
finding the things that look bad. In that back and forth
Take your bowels.
litigation ultimately about the NDAs of Donald Trump and the hush payments, you of course famously sparred, as you remember, with Michael Avenatti. I want to play for you some of what he's said. Michael Avenatti, of course, at the time was litigating against you. He had a lot of big talk about problems that he thought Trump and you would face legally, and he spoke out as well. I'm sure you remember sooner or later, or you learned of it during your ordeal. Take a look. I think time is
Oh,
right.
this guy was good. You remember him?
Who is he?
Yes. Michael Cohen is neither a hero nor a patriot.
Good.
He lied for months
He was in jail
about
too.
his criminal
This guy? No.
and the role
I
of
don't
the
know.
president of the United States.
He just turned that spoke out.
He deserves every
Mom, come here, quick.
36
Remember this guy? Quick.
Yeah.
No, he was good, wasn't he?
Then they got him. For what? Avenal.
Yeah, I know, man. What did they get this for?
It was.
You lied?
They got them for
Tax?
no, trying to do extortion.
Oh.
You don't see my purse. I mean, my
The purse?
your
No, you haven't had a purse in a long time.
phone looked like.
There it is. Thank you. How was that meatball, Dad?
Bristle, Courtney says. She
What?
found some bristle in her meat.
Did you?
I didn't find it, but it hurt my tooth.
That's the
What, burnt part or what?
no.
What is it?
I mean that's the
This is a
same.
different meatball. It's the world's best meatball.
No, that's the regular. That's Kirkland's signature. They're not cheap.
You say you got the best meatballs in the world. Is that
That's
another?
what they say, but I haven't
Oh.
opened those yet.
Oh. Yes, different than these.
These are Costco.
Yeah.
The other is from the grocery store.
I do know he stupidly tried to go after Nike. I mean, for God's sakes, for a guy who's bright, that's not the smartest move. On top of that, if he stole money from people, which he did,
Love you, Mama.
what he should do is he should pay it back.
Thanks, Mama.
And
You're the best, Mom. What do you do today, Mom? How's grandma?
give him the opportunity. I'm
What
sure
do you want to see?
How's grandma? Good.
about the Michael Avenatti is the lawyer that
See it outside? Was it okay out there? It wasn't too cold, was it?
There's a lot of bugs.
What? You're kidding.
his lawyer.
A lot of bugs.
That's having one of those things, Mom. Having one of those sticky torches.
Well, I think they. I mean, there really weren't that many bugs.
Courtney said there were a lot of bugs.
I mean, now there are. Yesterday, that's what I told her. There are a lot of bugs now.
Oh, one day the bugs never come. Yesterday, no
Well, it
bugs
was
now.
cold last week.
It was kind of chilly today, wasn't it? A little chilly, no?
It was hot yesterday. I went Monday
You
and
don't need a bug
yesterday.
zapper or something,
Monday,
don't they? How come they
there
don't have a bug
wasn't.
zapper?
Monday wasn't bad, but yesterday was
How
bad.
come they don't have a bug zapper?
I'm telling you, it really wasn't bad until yesterday and today.
And I'm saying, why don't they have a bug snapper?
Because nobody has really recognized it.
Oh,
They said they were going to try to spray tomorrow.
I told them, they said,
Oh, good one.
oh, you're bringing her back? I was on my way to get her. And I said, well, there's too many bugs for her out here today. And that's why we're coming back.
you're getting hit. You gave me mine. You're getting hit.
Well, I let them know because these
You
old
did let 'em know.
people, I think you can just ignore them at a certain point. So when
Or
it's
what, bugs?
No, when it's too cold, I let
Oh,
the staff
yeah.
know. When it's too
Hot.
hot or bugs.
Right.
Well, today, two of the staff were like, there's a lot of bugs out here
Uh-oh.
today.
Well, why don't they do something about it?
So that means somebody else has already said it.
That's why they said they were going to try to
Right.
spray. And I think they started feeling the bugs.
Oh, is that? Because they're outside all the time.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, the one lady was, she seemed like, the older lady seemed like she was having a hard time
Yikes.
today, at least.
They, I believe, probably had it sprayed before because it really wasn't bad all summer.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's a lot of property to spray.
Well,
They just spray a
just,
little area.
it's, that area with, that they're having the,
Yeah.
visitation
The
isn't
what?
that
Oh,
big.
visitation.
They had bees for a while,
Uh-huh.
and so I think they probably had it sprayed then.
Leaves wax. If we're leaving tomorrow, we're going to see some beautiful leaves.
No, we're not leaving tomorrow.
Saturday.
Okay, sorry. Why not tomorrow?
So, Grandma's coming over tomorrow.
For what?
What do you mean for what?
For what? She can't leave that place. She can bring COVID over here. God darn it. Hope you well protected.
Are you gonna be here or are you gonna be at your clinic?
I'll probably what's tomorrow?
Friday.
I don't know. You want grandma to be around a lot of people.
Yeah.
Probably say,
When's
go
the
on
last
with him.
time you've been tested, Dad? I don't understand why they're not testing you regularly. That's kind of crazy.
Why?
And you work in the prison.
And they if I turn out positive, then they don't have no doctors.
Okay, that's just like Trump.
No, they won't.
Just like
They're
Trump.
like stupid and every other dumb guy.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Dad.
That is the same thing.
Dad.
Oh, look at that. That's a wicked knife, man.
What? I had to throw away the last 2 containers.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Same old, same old.
It's hard throwing away that Simply
Same
Orange.
old, same old.
Orange at all.
Fanta orange.
You'll get
drink.
what I like, and
Oh,
then you
yeah.
can drink it or not.
What is it, Mom? What you like?
Apple cider. If you don't want to drink it, then I know I will drink it.
Oh, yeah. The episode is still good, Mom?
It's not even the best apple cider yet. It'll be the best in next week.
Oh. Love you, Mama. You're the best.
I put the salmon in to marinate.
Record. Oh, good one. Go ahead, Mom. I'm going to teach you how to do it.
Mom's just as good already.
Courtney said you just as good, right?
No, I didn't say just as good.
Oh, I thought you said just as good.
Dad, you stirring the pot.
Look at these people.
Stirring the pot, Daddy.
Man, pot needs to be stirred or the bottom gets burnt.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about
We
black
got a
bottom.
slow cooker.
Everybody,
And
oh.
here's mine.
Thanks, Court.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I have no idea you gonna say it. Who's this, Mom? Is this a local lady?
Nana.
I never heard of her.
Who's a Republican and who's a Democrat? I think she's a Democrat.
No, with the Republican. Oh, Donna. I have no idea.
So they're saying she's a Democrat. And that's wrong for us. So who are you wanting us to vote for? To me, it's a Republican commercial. They're saying she's voting for the
Are you
Republicans.
sure that's not a Democratic?
So there isn't. Well, she's a Republican. She's supposed to vote with supermajority. Supermajority is Republican.
Yeah.
That's what they're all voting for, Republican.
Yeah, but I've seen Democrats have ads that were like anti-Republican that are like they vote. Usually, it's like they voted with Trump or they voted with whoever the lead.
Yeah. So you as a nation, even though we know it's a positive for those people, huh? Mom?
Yeah. It's not going to help the Democratic Party. I'd rather her be at least a little Democrat rather than vote for a Republican.
Oh wow,
You
look at
can
this
do
lady.
that
Look at
in-
this voice lady. Holy cow. Whoa, baby. Yikes. Yikes. I think I can understand that. Whoa, baby. Look at her.
Why does that look like a fake background?
It did. I thought it was a fake background.
That was weird. That was
The whole thing
crazy.
is, if you don't vote for that Democratic person, then the Republican will win. Because it's not the primary. It's, you
I
either
don't
vote
think
for
she's
it.
a Democrat.
You think she's a Republican? What's her name?
Diana.
Feds thwart plot to kidnap governor.
Stand back and stand by, but I'll tell you what.
What is he still on there?
And he's talking his book.
Oh. I don't heard of his book. I don't see his book. Idiot. I hate
It's a
that.
New York seller.
What governor they kidnapped, Mom, you know?
They tried to kidnap that lady.
The governor of Michigan.
Or they had plans.
They
Oh, the
did
lady on
not.
the commercial?
No, the lady with the sign language person.
Oh, I see.
She's the governor of
I think
Michigan.
yes, I am representing in on the plot myself.
Speaks in code, and that's something I talked about throughout the book. You don't need to actually tell somebody to do it before which you create this.
You're speaking for yourself, fool.
This is what Donald wants us to do.
He's speaking for himself. Oh, everybody does that.
Even though he didn't specifically give us the order, he did it in a
Dad
way
really, this guy really seems to irk Daddy.
He does.
and that's just
How does it bother me?
like a
Huh?
mouse.
Why wouldn't
As you say, that involves both.
His height of privileged white Jewness.
To get it done, awareness of guilt to try to avoid culpability is important stuff. You mentioned the book, and I'll remind viewers that memoir is Disloyal. It's out now. Chuck Lloyd,
You are right.
for 2 segments. Appreciate
It's
your
true,
time.
sir. Former personal
We turn to the other
attorney
big
of
news
Trump.
today, the Speaker of the House.
Somebody needs to write a book.
I would say the form of bootlicker.
Succession and the powers to remove a sitting president.
I think somebody needs to write a book that just goes over all of the books.
The very first
Oh, that's a good one, Court. I like that one.
making the debut on the beats. Next.
I can do one. I like it too. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
You got a coffee book, a coffee table book.
Book.
This is what it's like wearing regular shoes. No all-around support. And this is what it's like in sketches with large, thick footwear.
Mom.
Comfort and support you need. It's good to have support. Try Skechers Large, podiatrist certified.
Podiatrist certified, man. Are they circling those people? Brought to you by vaccines. What is that, Mom? What the heck? What are we going to be vaccinated against? Old age?
I had my flu
Who's this
shot.
black man?
I had
Hush,
my-
black man. Infectious disease physician dressed as a surgeon. Why do they do that? Why? I don't understand that.
Wait, what's his role?
He's an infectious disease guy.
They say he's director of the ICU.
Still, he's not a surgeon.
Well, he's
Dad, a lot of people will wear like we do.
They don't wear caps like that.
Well, don't wear caps.
They don't have a stethoscope and scrubs. That's bogus. You use one or the other.
No.
You operate or you listen to the heart.
In the ICU, you have scrubs and a stethoscope.
No, you don't, because
have the
ICU,
hat.
each person has their own stethoscope. You don't wear a stethoscope. That's totally against infectious disease, infection control policy. I don't know the last time you've been in an ICU.
I was in the ICU.
Just the other day.
No.
That's true.
Dad.
But they have their own.
Everybody doesn't
They have a disposable.
No.
Yeah, they do.
Dad,
If
not
you're
in
infectious
Methodist.
disease doctor, yeah,
Not-
they do.
Not in Methodist.
You can't use your own thing. That goes from patient to patient.
You wipe it off with the alcohol.
What about the ear stuff?
I mean, you have your own. So
Yeah,
it's going in your
right.
ears. It's not going in anybody else. But you wipe off the bottom part every time. Now they may have, if you have COVID, they may have a
It's
separate.
disposable. Everyone should have a disposable
No.
thing.
That would cost a fortune, Dad.
Mom, those things are $1 a piece.
They are not.
The disposable stethoscopes are $1 a piece. I can use the straw and put it on somebody's chest. Yep, they're alive. That's about all we hear anyway.
Dad, they are listening to these people for a pneumonia.
I do this. That's different.
You're making a mockery of the system.
That's true. That's very true.
I haven't seen them little cats in a long time.
Simply delicious.
So
We don't wear
what
those
was this?
anymore.
What was that commercial?
We don't know, Mom. Probably related to vaccines.com.
Was it about coronavirus?
I have no probably.
Going through a lot, and right now we turn to something that you really hear more about in pop culture depictions of White House intrigue than something that officials actually discuss in public. But this has gone from the writer's room, if you will, all the way up to the Speaker of the House today. A reference to the very high-stakes section of the United States Constitution which can provide for presidential removal in extreme medical circumstances.
I don't know why they say that when Biden becomes president. All of a sudden that becomes an issue.
is unfit to continue as president of the United States.
You don't like one of my policy decisions.
Uh-oh.
The 25th Amendment does not give you the right to reverse that policy under the pretense of saying I have a disability.
They are invoking the 25th Amendment. You will be removed from office.
This is ridiculous.
The president is, shall we say, in an altered state right now, so I don't know how to answer for his behavior.
Disassociation from reality would be funny if it weren't so dead. Come here tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the 25th Amendment.
Speaker says we're going to talk about it. I'm joined now by the former Republican governor of Pennsylvania, Tom Ridge. He was also the first ever secretary of the newly formed Homeland Security Department, and he co-chairs Vote Safe. Despite the Republican credentials I mentioned, he is a public endorser of Joe Biden. Thank you for being here, sir.
He's a staunch Republican.
All right, it's a great pleasure. As I was waiting on the screensaver before
sound
this
like you got
conversation
COVID.
with you and your audience, there's the flag. Our flag is rippling in a gentle breeze at the Capitol. I got to tell you, I kept thinking of Biden for the people. What a unique country we live in, and we are under some unique circumstances with both a pandemic and failed presidential leadership. So,
boy.
It's good to be with you.
Good to have you. I hear you on all the above, and a patriotic screensaver may be better than the old ones if people are old enough to remember the flying toasters or the Spam. A good American flag screensaver is even better. I'm curious, sir, your response to something that is quite unusual, but we are in this unusual period.
What's you? What you
Thank you for the
We
meatballs.
discussed the 25th Amendment. Your view on that and all of
That's
these
the
issues
last of
around
those meatballs.
Wow.
Mom.
Dad even started something with their suggestion for the meatballs for the voting thing, and we've been able to have a nice little treat ever since then.
First made aware of it, frankly.
Voting. What's it got to do with voting?
Shot that you announced.
That's why we started getting meatballs from the volunteer voting.
Oh, I see.
Both of you all looked at me like, what in the world is she talking
I
about?
didn't get the
Mom
connection.
knew. Mom knew. I'm a little slow for it. You know I'm slow.
No, neither.
We also, as I remember, had shrimp.
We still have shrimp.
We haven't had shrimp in quite a while.
You may go and get it out of the freezer.
Dad.
You put it in the refrigerator, thaw out, Mom. Take like 3-4 days for that rascal to thaw out. Why does it take so long, Mom?
You can put it in some water if you want.
Oh,
I just don't think it's as good when you
no,
try to
that's
thaw it out.
waterlogged shrimp. Of
Well,
course, they
you put
block.
like,
They live in water, don't they, Quit?
Let me read from that because I appreciate
Trying to say,
it.
but it's salt water, Father. It's
Discretion
salt water.
about something as
And you will have a good
and
point.
as I mentioned, it's news. The speakers even bring it up, but we don't have yet her.
well, you can keep them in the plastic bag, in a Ziploc bag, and then just put the Ziploc bag in a bowl of water. That's like what we do with the salmon when there's those individually wrapped salmon.
Exception to the general non-interference with elections policy. Prosecutors
Oh, we do have a shrimp, and we do
Look
use
at Courtney, Mom.
it.
Look at Courtney. Courtney's a genius.
Yeah, she is.
She's a genius. She watches
But
2
we all
cooking
need
shows
that.
and she becomes a genius. Maybe she ought to do something with this house since she's been running out house shows. Get this house together, correct?
Dad, we need
Get
this
your
house.
crew and get this house together. Where's Grandma gonna stay, Mom?
Either with us or with Yvonne.
What are you talking about? How long is she gonna stay? Forever?
2 to 4 weeks.
Ooh, that's way too long.
Why is that?
Oh, Donna Shabley.
Oh,
Google is
100% wrong
what
for
party?
us.
SCHAI. Donna.
She's got a lot of commercials now. Mom, she can't be for 2, 4. How long? Why?
Is she?
That's what Courtney said.
Yeah.
But she should be then with the Republicans 100% of the time.
I know. What was up
I
with
know
that?
it's crazy.
Well,
Maybe going after Republicans that don't like Trump. The swing vote, maybe. If there is a swing vote.
Like
Expect news. It's
the straight party politics
Oh.
as much.
The war with. Why? That should be against the law, it seems to me.
this is a Republican state.
I think it's fishy too.
But you don't have to vote. You have to vote. The ticket that you put down there.
No, but that's for your primary.
What is
If
it?
you're a Democrat, then you'll vote in the Democratic primary.
Oh, I see. But you can't vote for Republican. I should be able to vote in the primary for everybody. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing. Well, then they're gonna sabotage.
What you just heard.
This Democrat will never win the majority. Well, let's throw their candidate.
A company with nearly 60 years of experience in the healthcare
It's like what you said. I'm discrimination. Now, are you voting for what you think is best, or are you voting to try to sabotage somebody?
Oh yeah. None of your it's my business to vote wherever I want to. None of your business is what my reason is to vote.
Well, we can't take those chances.
Well, I'm gonna mark my ballot with a little BM. Say that.
Okay, well, the rest of the way.
Your ballot that it touches.
For multiple opportunities throughout the year to enroll. So if you want more from Medicare,
No, we'll just cut off the little snippet of it.
That's why they go in separate envelopes.
These assessments, DHS says 2019 was the most lethal year for domestic violent extremism in the U.S. since the mid-90s, back when you had the demolition
Mom.
Oklahoma City
I
bombing.
love you, Dad.
Well, stop listening to this. Oh, what was that?
Bubonic plague, there are 11.
Did you say bubonic plague?
Yep.
Was that here?
That America understand that this discussion
We got a
of
vote
white
tomorrow,
supremacy,
Dad.
where the
Oh, okay.
president understand and condemning and confronting
Ma, I don't care. Well,
has
so
a death toll.
grandma's coming in where tomorrow?
In the
Yvonne?
afternoon.
She's just coming out for a day tomorrow.
And
We
then
gotta
what?
go get to the doctor if we're taking her out.
To the doctor?
Yeah.
The doctor's not going to see her. It's not an emergency. Why? Why would
Now
they
you
see
can
her?
come out for non-emergencies without
Oh,
getting quarantined
right.
as of stage
But
5.
Mom, that's crazy because the thing is going up. You can't just go because it's we can go, Mom. You have to look at the numbers. Try to use a little science to this. It's getting
Well,
worse.
here's the thing. They're saying there's
Hold on, Mom. Turn this down. Let's listen to Courtney. Turn this down.
also
Courtney. Well, hold it. Wait.
there's also risk associated with leaving the older people in there isolated for 6 months.
That's true too.
So it's gotten to that point of, hey,
That's like the economy, getting people back to work and shutting work down, huh, Mom?
But this is about life. This ain't about money. This is about health and life.
I see what you're saying.
Health report.
Some people would make that argument.
No.
So I went to the doctor today.
Oh, you did yourself for what? Oh, Jesus. Give me the bad news, Mom.
I got a tetanus shot.
Oh, Jesus.
And
For what?
A pneumonia shot.
What did you stick yourself on?
I haven't had one in over 10 years.
I said, what did you stick
Nothing.
yourself on?
You get
So
one
why
every
you
10
get
years.
one?
You get one every 10 years.
Mom, you get one if you stick yourself on.
No, you're supposed to get it preventative, Dad.
Yeah, right. You stick yourself, they still give you a tetanus shot.
Well,
No, you don't.
You show me proof.
Not.
Show me proof you ain't
Well, I
kidding
have
me.
it in the computer.
Then you go look at it yourself. We too busy. You getting a shot. Give her a tetanus shot. Okay, go ahead, Mom. Where? You got that and what, a flu shot?
I got a flu shot yesterday,
Ooh,
a tetanus shot,
Uh-oh.
and that
Then you're gonna get
pneumonia shot
what's
over
that stuff
here.
when you're on the
You're
spectrum?
young beret.
What's that called when you're on the spectrum?
Oh.
Well, so
So I did
Uh-oh.
talk with her at LIM
About chicken pox?
about, she was talking about how you're doing and everything. So she said, have you been feeling sad or down? And I said, well, no. She said, I looked at your labs. Apparently, I
You can
stopped.
tell depression in labs.
Well, listen. Why do you do that, Dad? Just listen.
You cannot tell
Just
depression in
listen to
labs.
me.
brother.
My
Thyroid,
thyroid
yes, I know.
was
Low.
undetectable.
Yeah.
Undetectable.
That's what I'm saying.
I had cut it down because I had had those palpitations.
Yeah.
And then I made an appointment to try to go and see endocrinology, and then they kept pushing it back, kept pushing it back with COVID, and I was a new patient. So my hair actually, I'm bald. I have patchy
Because of
my
thyroid?
hair actually,
Because
when I
of
was,
thyroid? That's what
she
she
said,
said.
I haven't ever seen a thyroid this low before. It's not detectable. What were you doing? I said, I was taking 2 milligrams of liothyronine. They had me on liothyronine and tyrosine. So with the palpitations, I said, I'm going to take one or the other.
And you treating yourself.
So I stopped the
So how much
tyrosine.
do you know about treating yourself?
So,
why you choose that one versus the other one? I don't have no
cheaper.
idea. Okay. There's another good reason. There's an excellent reason. You're cheap and you got.
And I had
excellent
a
reasons.
ton of them.
God darn it.
So,
Okay,
but
what
she
happened,
said, you should have been feeling
Bad.
terrible. Well, all I know is when I would drive home.
Say that. If I said that, then it'd be an hour lecture on me.
Yep.
But mom, that's what happens when you don't say anything. So I've learned from mom, don't say anything.
No, because
Anyway. I said, then I said, this hasn't been a problem for me. Once the palpitations stopped,
Yeah.
I was okay. And she said, well, you weren't feeling bad. I said, well, I lost my dad in May, and that really took over. I just, that was, but I wasn't depressed. I really was. I truthfully, I said I was anxious.
Okay.
Because things were not going
And
as
you didn't see.
we
Yeah, it was terrible.
had
It was
hoped
awful.
and planned. I said about my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
But I was, I
You
didn't
felt
work for
okay.
2 months.
You what?
I didn't work for 2 months.
Oh, that's true.
So anyway, so the long story short is she
Too
said,
late
well,
now for
how is
that.
your mother? And I said, well, and this is why she's not somebody I really like, but she said, caregiver, she said, when you do that, you make a lot of bad decisions, a lot of things. You do the best you can. She said, it turned out okay for the last 3 years. Then it was terrible.
3 years.
And
Yikes.
he got bed sores.
Oh,
and
my
she
God,
said, I was
that's
trying to
terrible.
treat him, and you do the best you can and things. She said, something's going to happen.
That's true.
And she said, now tell me what. She started talking to me about it. So she said, I can see you really love your mother. So what would you say if something happened to your mom next week?
Yeah.
And I said, I would feel really bad because we haven't, we didn't take her out and she was there by
Oh,
herself.
yeah. Okay, that's a good
And
one.
so that's how she
That's a
came.
good one.
She said, that's what
That's a
you
good one.
need to think about. If something happens, you're saying that over and over. You need to take
good job,
Not bad.
Mama.
Not bad.
And good job for being honest.
Really upset about that. She was starting was concerned with me, Mom, but she's don't think I forgot that part. No, sir, don't think. And what about the thyroid, Mom? What you gonna do? Get your hair back?
She said it should come back.
With what?
But my heart rate there was, I'm on the 88 now instead of my 2.
Well, you need to see ophthalmologist for that, don't you?
Well, he called me yesterday. They
Okay,
repeated
good.
the labs last week.
For
and
what?
My numbers, because they had been so low.
He wants to make sure.
I told you, they haven't confirmed that the medicine increase was working. So he repeated the labs last week on the higher dose, and I'm within range. But my heart rate, even sitting there, was 102.
Yikes.
I still have a resting tachycardia.
Oh, Mommy.
What does that mean?
Oh,
My
just
heart rate. So she did an EKG.
Oh, my God. And then they're going to find something else wrong. That's
That,
crazy.
well, my whole thing
What, as
is,
opposed to something being wrong and just not knowing about it? No.
That's your dad.
No.
Just throw the book at it then. Throw the book at it. Take a little of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Feel good. Feel great.
I'm going to go to a cardiologist.
Yeah, Mom. Right. then a neurologist, then your GYN doctor. And
She
then
had me for Medicare for your first visit. They do a screening, so I had to draw the clock.
Oh, come on, Mom. Let me see it, Mom. No, I don't want to see it.
It was
Sad
better
day
than
in my
mine.
life.
What happened?
When your
Yeah,
dad.
I said, oh, he's dead.
Wait, what happened? He drew the clock wrong?
You can even tell it was a clock.
Aww.
You try to say, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Mom and Dad had a hard time. So last year, when they were getting ready to
I
go
shouldn't say
into
that,
assisted
clock,
living, they had to go through. This was like last August, September. Had to go through that psychology testing, and so they said you're gonna have to have the testing. Papa practiced the clock 10 times a day.
Yeah.
He and when the man did the clock, because he hadn't gotten to the point where the clock had gotten hard.
Yeah.
See, Dad did a good clock,
Oh,
and
good one.
Mom had practiced,
Oh,
and
good
she
one.
did a good clock,
Good one.
but she couldn't remember the words.
That's all right.
You had to repeat the
What are those
words
words I
back.
told you 5 minutes ago? You remember those words, Court?
No.
That's it.
That's really interesting, though.
You had to draw the clock,
They
and
don't practice.
oh,
That's a
they
good one.
That's a
Papa
good one.
practiced.
You probably said, Louie, you may want to pick up a pencil real quick. Give it a try a few times.
You want us to stay together?
Grandma, both of them.
That's
I
a good
was
one.
the best clock. Grandma has never been able to do the clock, even 30 years ago. She just couldn't.
Oh, wow.
I think she may have ADD or something. She just has a hard time with all of those
Yeah,
questions.
it's wasting people's time. Old people don't laugh and get it.
And that's what she, I really don't like to draw the clock.
Yeah.
And the man said, oh, Miss Ross, come on, you can. That's not something I've ever really wanted to do. And the man kept, so you got to draw, you got to try.
Kidnapping, no, you don't.
A
You don't
shocking,
refuse.
sinister plot
Wow.
to kidnap the governor of Michigan, thwarted by the FBI. Tonight, how a militia group planned to
Oh, look, all white people.
Well, those are your,
Those are stupid white
yeah,
people.
those are,
All those people can't kidnap a lady. That's terrible.
unemployed. Stimulus stalled. Even if airlines get aid, what about the rest of America? Fears of the fall surge growing.
That's not the optimal position to be in as you enter into
He got the award as the #1 federal employee of the year.
really?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
What happened?
Fauci
Yeah.
got the #1 federal employee of the year?
Yeah. Federal employee.
That's a good one.
Football season.
Well deserved, Fauci. Well deserved.
And good evening, a violent group of militant men plan to kidnap the governor of Michigan.
Violent group. How were they violent?
Because they were trying to kidnap her.
They did try. They planned.
Well, yeah.
And then the regular
That's
violence.
part of trying. If you fail to plan, you
I'm gonna move my water.
plan.
Churning out videos where he appears to be hiding.
You can't hide COVID and make it food.
That included the comedic.
I'm back because I'm a perfect physical specimen. I'm extremely young. And, so I'm lucky in that way.
He said I'm extremely young.
Yeah.
Only to quickly devolve into an American horror show.
I view it as a cure, not just a therapeutic. I view it as a cure because I took it. I think I would have done it fine without drugs. You don't really need drugs. And I'm telling you, I could have walked out there 24 hours after I went in. I didn't even have to go in.
That's really just off.
And remember this, when you catch it, you get better. And then you're immune.
Something is
I mean, this
really
is
off.
not a man who sounds well, guys. Seriously. And yet he still has control of the nuclear codes. Just for a second, if this was the principal of your kid's school, let's say, would you be
Oh, people don't know anything about the nuclear code.
Do you trust someone
What do
who
you
sounds
mean?
like
There's a chain of
to
command.
give the
Just
pandemic
one guy
control
can't
and
say
return
go
the
ahead
country
and
to stability? I mean, if you do,
Well,
it's
who's
real
the three
virus.
people that sign on?
And trust
The people that turn the switch, it takes two people to turn the switch
a plan to control the virus.
at the same time.
But doesn't Trump, if Trump says go, don't they have to
No,
go?
nobody's gonna do that.
His old White
How do you know?
Because that can be a system of command. There's command and control.
Vice presidential.
Well, isn't he the commander in chief?
But he's not controlling the chief.
But isn't he over that person?
Nope.
Oh, really?
It's a system in place.
So who's over that person?
That's a good point. I have to make something up.
Dad.
Probably the EPA. Probably the EPA. That's a lot of radiation, Court. Probably the EPA.
Hey, I wish you're right. I hope you're right. That is.
Oh, there is military not gonna let that happen.
And Trump's
That sounds exactly like something that we would have said about other stuff Trump has done.
particularly women of
You know what I mean? So fill in the blank person's not gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
Then Trump end up doing something ridiculous.
Well, I know that person. I know fill in the blank. We used to call him B. Blank for blank, we shorten it down.
Okay.
Dr. B. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Joining me, Dr. Ezekiel Emanuel, former Obama White House Health Policy Advisor and Vice Provost of Global Initiatives at the University of Pennsylvania, and Ben Rhodes, a former Deputy National Security Advisor to President Obama. And I'll focus on both of you. I'll start with you, Dr. Emanuel. Donald Trump doesn't seem like a well man. I'm just going to be blunt about it. He doesn't seem in control of his emotions. He's ranting and raving.
He seems usually.
First of all, congratulations, Joy.
Do you see the?
Is this steroids?
Do you see the white people
Psychological
congratulating?
issue? What do
Nope,
you see?
that's
What do
true.
you hear when you hear that? Maria Bartiromo looked like she wanted to leave her body, by the way.
Joy, I'm not going to make a diagnosis without examining the patient.
Oh, that's bull crap. You don't be selling medicine, food.
And the White House has
Somebody come in with a blood sugar of 2,000, you're not gonna say, I think this person has diabetes. I'm not sure, I've got to examine you first. Oh, you got it! That's so stupid. No, boy! I'm a little on the age today, I guess, I'm correct. For some reason.
You know, it is, I think your point at the start is very worrisome, given the fact that we know COVID can affect cognition, we know steroids can affect cognition.
You got a long day, Daddy.
Worrisome situation for the country.
The guy, first time he had to live out on the street, living in a tent, it was cold last night. The guy living on the street, the bum. So when the bum first time, I said, that's the first time living out on the street. He said, yep.
And I was there. Well, then I could see him, and I could, test his mental status. Part of what you're
Put something on the ground and a blanket.
I can't actually test
Get
anything.
blanket. Say, without a blanket.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be evasive here, but I think, good medical judgment is don't make a diagnosis on the basis of a video. You may remember one Senator Frisk did that, the no avail with the Terry Schiavo case. You don't do that.
Terry Schiavo.
And you think,
That's crazy.
we know enough about steroids, we know enough about COVID,
Somebody killed.
that, we have to make true judgments here. 330 million Americans, there are many hotspots around the globe, and Ben Rhodes will be able to tell you a lot more about the serious
Mom.
of the country. And, even if Joe Biden wins, we have 3.5 more months of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we just play this is a couple for
3.5 more months, that seems like a long
That's
time.
depressing.
Huh? Everybody talking about the week of election, 3 more months of this. It's in January, folks.
Wait, what's 3 more months?
Whistleblower complaint. He actually spoke to NBC about the political pressure. This is the health officials are receiving. Here's that sound.
What? Something.
I see it, I hear it almost every day.
Who's that?
There are a number of scientists in the CDC and the FDA and at the NIH who are afraid of losing their jobs because they want to speak the truth, but they're so afraid of losing their jobs. They're so afraid of being kicked out of their career and unable to support their family. That this fear of retaliation and retribution is prevailing over our best scientific experts in every public health agency today.
I mean, at this point, Ben Rhodes, are terrified. They are afraid of this.
Wow.
And these are the
Love you,
people
Mom.